morning, everybody. Dave Matthews might be the one act I'm not going to see at Summerfest, but wish I was. All right, today we are going to talk about one-child families. America has more of them than ever before. In fact, almost 1 in 4 families now have just one child. And you've heard some of the negative things people are going to say. Only children are spoiled, they're antisocial, they're perfectionists. But experts now say only children might be smarter and more mature. How about that?
Yay!
All right, so
I agree with all that.
Right. So let's ask some moms what they think. All these women have one child. Katrina Cravy is filling in for Tiffany today. She's hanging out with us. She has one son. Also joining us, Rochelle Fritsch and Beth Albright. You have a son who's here in our studio.
He's right there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's wherever I am. There we are.
How old is he?
He's 25.
25. And Rochelle, you have a daughter.
I have a daughter. She will be 16 in December.
16.
Yeah.
Driving soon. You got that to look forward to, Kat.
I was just going to say dun dun dun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks you guys so much for agreeing to join us for this panel. We
how
appreciate
fun.
it. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit first about not the negative things that people say, but what you love about having one child.
What I love is my relationship with Brooks is so amazingly tight. We are inseparable. He's moving to London in September, so I can't say that's forever. I've kept him next to me long enough, I'm sure. But our relationship is the most amazing relationship I've had in my entire life.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's really
Best
nice.
friends.
Especially when it's a son, I
Yeah.
think. Because people sometimes expect that of a daughter. That's a beautiful picture.
Thank you.
There is that
It's our
recent
sweetheart.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cute. Very nice picture. Rochelle, one daughter, something you love about it.
She was, I think it goes along with the relationship as well. Georgia and I talk all the time. A lot sometimes. But we
I'm hearing that maybe too much.
Too much.
Too much sometimes.
But it's an open communication. And she gets me and I get her. And I think that can happen better when there's just the one child there.
Yeah, you
Right.
think so too, Kat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think our relationships are really close, and then in some ways, it's because you're just centered on them and their lives. When I hear about my friends who have 3 kids, I'm like, how do you manage all of that?
Yeah.
It's hard enough for me to figure out baseball, basketball, piano, saxophone, like on one child. How do you do it for 3? So I just, in some ways, I mean,
You guys are so cute, Kat.
I know, and this picture's about a year and a half ago. He's grown 6 inches now. He's almost taller than me.
Wow.
Getting there.
That's your son, Billy, and Scott, your husband. That's a beautiful picture. I
Yeah,
love
thanks. It was a fun one. So it's one of those. I love having that time to just center on managing his life. I always say I'm his agent. I always have to book everything.
That. Right. No, I get that.
Admin
I get that.
secretary.
Yeah.
One of the questions, if you're comfortable with it, that I often wonder when people have an only child is, was it by choice that you chose to have just one?
I think for maybe a couple years we were thinking about, well, maybe so. And then as the years kind of went on, I was like, oh, another baby with the big head and, you know, putting on the tops over and the fat little feet. I want to do this again.
The diapers?
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Sleepless nights.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I wanted to have a second, and I really worked hard for it. And Molly knows this because of our friendship for years. It's like, and then did in vitro one time, and that was hard. It was really hard to give yourself shots and to be just totally centered about wanting to have that second child. And it's so expensive. And
I remember the story about you having the medicine and like something like a very small amount dropped on the counter.
Yeah, well, it's like each vial is $500. So my dad was there, and I was about to take a shot.
You licked it, right?
That's exactly it. I took it out, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to give myself this shot. And a little bit of the medicine hit on the counter, and I'm like, that's at least $25, like in that one drop. You know, so, but over the years, I've ended up talking and kind of counseling other women who are trying to have number 2 that is just so hard and so, so sad. And I go, I remember that time. And it was really hard on me when I finally gave up, you know. So, but now I can't even imagine having a number 2, so it's okay.
So for me, I wanted a house full, which is why I have a theater.
There you go.
Because with the children's theater, we have a house full of children.
And then you don't have to take them home at night.
No, and I don't have to manage anything else but their theater schedule.
Yeah.
And so, but I had a stroke when I had Brooks, and I saw 6 doctors, and every doctor said it's going to be a repeat performance for you. You know, you can try again, but And then one day my mother said the most unbelievable, message. She was so unbelievable anyway. And she said to me, I need you to stop obsessing about this. He needs a mother more than he needs a sibling.
Oh.
Wow. And I was like, done. So
Speaking of siblings, well, good for you, and,
Yeah.
and we're so glad that you made it through that. That's very scary,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like I think the
but I was going to do it again.
Right.
I mean, I was like, oh, I did that. I could do that again.
I can do a stroke again.
Whatever Brooks needs, Brooks gets, because I'm going to fight for it,
But speaking of siblings, did your only child always ask for a sibling when they were young, and at what point did that stop if they did ask for one?
You go. Because you're giggling. I want to know your answer.
Because she was like, I'd say about between 3 and 5, like, my friends all have, and then I'm like, well, you don't have to have what all your friends have all the time. And then it like stopped. I want to say maybe at like 7.
Yeah.
And she's like, I am happy in myself by myself. And I'm like, that's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
7 is about the right age.
Yeah.
Because I remember my son getting into the car with another kid, and he goes, I'm a single kid. As if he was hitting on her. I'm like, no, he's an only child. I'm like, there's a different way of saying it. Not like, I'm a single kid, But it's just, that was his identity at 7.
Yeah,
He
that's
knew that was
interesting.
going to be.
With so much of the negativity spoils around being spoiled, kids being spoiled because they're the only one, you got all your eggs in one basket. Thoughts on that?
I almost feel like I have to go overboard on making sure he's not spoiled and talking to him how often, like how you have to be a servant and you have to take care of other people and this is not all about you. And, so I am constantly talking to him, but maybe I go overboard. I don't know about you guys.
Well, for us, that was never an issue. Brooks is a super old soul. I would try to spoil him. He'd say, you need to back off. So
They do tend to be more mature.
More mature.
Experts say that about because they tend to interact more with adults.
Yeah.
I
They're
think,
only
too.
children. It's
Well,
us.
and the other thing I think that really goes back to how parenting is so different when you're parenting an only child is for us, we made our family unit a team effort. And so if there was money for this, we did this. If there was not money for that, we did that. And he understood that. And so now we all still work as that team, getting him to London, making that the priority if my husband needed to move someplace for a job. If it's about the theater, he's devoted 2 years to helping me build this theater. We're a team, and I think that information was bestowed on him when he was so young that kind of, the spoiling never came into the picture. It was team effort.
Well, one of the things I will hear as adults, because I don't know, people will talk about lingering effects of being an only child, and maybe a lot of them are positive. The one thing I will hear
When
people
you
say,
say lingering effects.
it sounds negative.
Yeah.
But if there's any, I guess, long-term positive or negative from only, because I always wonder, they don't have to negotiate space and other things with siblings, like kids who have a brother or a sister. It's like sharing the bathroom. It's sharing their parents' attention, where only children don't have to do that.
Figuring out what home they're going to send us to later on in life.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I think about now, right?
See? Because,
Yeah.
because we hear these horror
There's no
stories where
backup for
families
them.
are arguing about what to do with mom and dad.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So I'm a little concerned that they won't have someone to
Right.
bounce ideas off of, but hopefully they'll figure it out.
Do you feel you're more protective because you have an only child?
Oh, I think I would have been that way anyway. I'm so mama bear at the theater with my kids anyway, and all the parents know that. If somebody does anybody wrong, I kick them out on the first day. There's no bullying. So I think that mama bear is either in you or not. But oh my gosh, anybody bother? I'm ready to kill somebody with my bare hands.
Yeah.
So
No, I get
maybe
it.
a little bit overboard.
Kids, she doesn't care.
Freedom.
Molly's like
It's like,
protective, whatever.
We ran out of time, but just on a final note, is there any question people ask you or anything people say related to having one child that bothers you?
Why? Why did you only have one?
Yeah.
Or like upon a first meeting, especially when she was little, so are you going to have another? And I'm
Sure,
like, do I
exactly.
know you?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like that's only a question my mom can ask me.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
exactly.
I'm with them.
Yeah,
Same
all
thing.
good stuff. You guys, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's
Oh,
so
this
fun
was
to have you
fun.
joining
Yeah.
us. And I know Billy, I've just seen your son in the studio, but they're awesome kids. So
Yeah.
you guys are doing a great job, and I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you sharing your thoughts today. Thank you so much.